Welcome back to the 3-Minute Devar. Hope you are all well. This week's portion is another double-barreled portion, Acharei Mot-Kedoshim. Acharei Mot-Kedoshim is full of information. Acharei Mot talks about the temple service on Yom Kippur, talks about forbidden relationships. Kedoshim, which means holy, is a command to the Jewish people to be holy. When we think of holiness, we tend to think of holiness as the things that we do for God, as the relationship that we have with God directly, isolation from people, and pure devotion to God. But interestingly, when you look at the different commands, the different mitzvot that are given in Kedoshim, many of them are between human to human. Don't steal, pay workers on time, to give charity, and so on and so forth. To be holy isn't purely about our relationship with God. To be holy means to be someone who has a purity with people as well, one that has a love and a care and a concern for people around them. That is what holiness means, not just how we treat God, so to speak, but how we treat our fellow human beings as well, and our love that we have for them. One of the mitzvot that we have in this week's portion is Lo sisna es achicha bilvavecha. Don't hate your fellow in your heart. Don't hate your fellow in your heart. Now it seems a bit superfluous to say bilvavecha, in your heart. Surely the Torah could have said, don't hate your fellow. What does it mean when it adds in your heart? And one of the explanations given is that it's almost inhuman to tell people not to hate or not to bear resentment towards others. That's what happens when we get upset with people. We're upset, we're hurt, and we tend to sometimes feel a hatred towards people. And what the Torah is saying is that when you experience a hatred or a feeling of hatred towards another human being, don't let it stay in your heart. Express it. Express that upset to the person who you are upset with. Because when you express it, when you get it off your chest, and when you explain to the other person why you're upset with them in a controlled manner, then the chances are you will reconcile. The chances are that you will get back together and not feel that way anymore. But if you keep it in your heart, if it stays in your heart, it will fester and it will get worse and it will get worse. And in all likelihood, you will never get back together with that person again. So what the Torah is really saying is, Lo sisna es achicha, don't hate your fellow bilvavecha, in your heart. Don't let it stay in your heart. Express it to the other person, because by doing so, one will cause that hatred to go away. Wishing you a Shabbat Shalom and looking forward to seeing you in Shul.